let's hop right into it. Why women are too emotional to debate Patrick David. Let's get it. Let's go.
It's pretty comical that an elite such as yourself has the goal to tell us average Americans who's in poverty and who's not. A lot of times,
I was an average American.
You're
I
not
was
anymore.
a guy that was in poverty.
You're not anymore.
And you can also
you're
change. You can also change.
Anyways,
Do you believe
you're
you
talking
can
down.
change?
Hi, I'm Anne.
Anne, good to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So I do want to address part of the claim about poverty, but I also want to address what you brought up about like paying taxes. You said the top 1% pays a large amount of taxes. The problem is that the bottom 2 quintiles can't pay taxes because they quite literally have no wealth.
That's
Do you understand that? Like the bottom quintile of the United States doesn't have any wealth. In fact, they're in debt, so they have literally like negative wealth.
Why do you think that is?
I think that's for a lot of reasons. I think that's because workers have been exploited. I think that they haven't had the opportunity to gain social mobility.
Why do you think that is?
Because of exploitation.
You think they're being exploited?
Yes.
Oh, so people are being forced to work at companies. They don't have a choice.
I didn't say that
They don't.
So people are being...
they are being
I hope
forced.
she's smart enough to answer this question correctly, but no, you don't. If the objective, if the opposite choice to do it is worse than doing it, you're going to do it. People work companies not because they want to; it's because they have to survive. That's not really a choice. Like you don't really have a choice in that.
So if the other option is starve or die.
What job do you have right now? What are you doing
She
for a
did
living?
say it.
I do work from home stuff. I don't want to
Okay,
disclose that.
so you chose to do that, right? That's your choice. Great. If somebody works at Starbucks as a barista, it's their choice. If somebody has a job that they're working, it's their choice. If somebody is not utilizing their time properly and accordingly, of course the market's
Choice
not going to
how?
pay you
Do you
more.
think that like they brought up single
So
mothers?
now that's where he has a point. He does, and that's the thing. Like a lot of people who don't know what they want in life don't understand. You do have a choice, and you can pick what you want to do out of life. You just have to pick something, and if you pick something, normally the stars will open up for you. Things will find a way to find itself to you. So he is correct on that one, definitely.
Earlier, do you think that single mothers are sitting around playing Fortnite 15 hours a
Unfortunately,
day?
single mothers were manipulated on what happened.
Is that a yes or no?
Single mothers were manipulated by what Lyndon Johnson came out with. They changed the benefits on giving single mothers the incentive to have kids on all the welfare programs. That changed our system in a major way. The feminist movement got single mothers to believe they don't need men and they're going to do everything by themselves and they don't need a man to help them out. This division that's happened between us caused many people to be in the situation that they're
most
at.
households are 50-50. They're closer to 50-50
Not
today, so that has nothing to do with feminism.
not
Feminism
necessarily.
didn't just like convince women because they're too stupid to think for
Feminism was one of the
themselves.
worst things that happened in America because it pinned men against women.
Do you think that women are so stupid that they've
No, I
been
don't.
brainwashed? Okay, so you don't think that they've just fallen into this feminist propaganda? You don't think
No.
they're idiots?
No, I don't
You
think that, but I do think people can be
But they're
manipulated and
not stupid
brainwashed.
able to do that because the majority of people are splitting
there are so
nearly
many
towards
people that bought
50-50.
into a philosophy that stole decades away from their lives, decades away from their...
The old feminist conversation on either end, yes, there are some very radicalized people and radicalized women, but the point of feminism is the social, economic, political advancement of both the sexes, and if it doesn't stand for that, then it's not feminism. Point blank, period. So this argument is going to be extremely pointless, and we're going to sit here for a couple minutes and listen to both go back on nothing, really, literally, genuinely nothing.
their lives because they bought into an idea that didn't produce the results.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about capitalism is the best economical system that provides the best results for people.
But we can't just jump back and forth between claim to claim to claim. So the
Capitalism itself isn't the best economic system. It's added in with other things like socialism helps too. Socialism helps all this stuff woven together in society helps. Like for example, people who have unions. Unions are very effective. They get people paid the higher wages. I mean, like I've been part of a union. That union paid higher where we were than anywhere else across the company, and we were making very livable wages, while some people weren't making hardly any livable wages at all. So I mean, it's just something to think about. But capitalism is also effective because somebody who starts with absolutely nothing can rise to become super successful, and it was put in many countries: South Korea, China, Africa. It's starting to be introduced into Africa and a lot of different places. Canada, many places like that used capitalism in them. Became the forefront for the top economics around the world, even India included. So he's right there.
About feminism brainwashing people into being single mothers. How does that work?
I said feminists originally brainwashed women to believe men are the enemy. That led to where we are today. Last week, report came in.
Single mothers?
Yes, in many cases because they don't need men.
Do you have evidence for that? You really think a
100%.
single mother wants to be a single mother?
Absolutely, we have
you think,
evidence
Do you
of
think
that.
the single mother
The-
making minimum wage down the road, like
You-
working for some
you-
grocery
due
store,
to the
having to take care of all
due
of her
to the
children,
amount of
is just like,
entitlement
I just don't need a man. I just want to be independent.
What percentage?
I'll live in abject poverty to
What
be
percentage
independent.
of the U.S. revenue that we get in you think we use for entitlement programs? What percentage?
I don't remember the exact
What do you think
percentage.
the number is? So we bring in
But it's far
$4.9
less
trillion.
than what we do in private spending.
We bring $4.9 trillion in. Okay, the U.S. revenue comes in. What percentage do you think goes to entitlement programs?
27%.
I don't know. I
Yeah, what do you think is a
percentage.
reasonable number?
20 to
But
30%.
what you're calling entitlement programs, I'm actually not sure what you mean by that.
I'm talking about Social Security. I'm talking
Okay,
about
so social
Section
welfare.
8. I'm talking about any of these.
It's much
What
less than other
percentage-
OECD countries.
What percentage do you think
I don't
it is?
remember the exact percentage, but
I
it's
want
much
you to
less than
guess.
other
What do you
OECD
think it is?
countries.
Do you think
We
it's
are
10%,
far behind.
20%, 30%? What do you think the number is?
No, but it's
Maybe
relatively low
60%.
compared to
Well,
other
what do
OECD
you think it
countries.
is? Can you
I'm gonna go
guess
higher.
it?
I
I'm
don't
gonna
remember the number off the
It's
top of my head. I've already said that.
68%. How much
That was a good guess.
more entitlement?
68%. Can we fact check that?
You can fact check that.
60%. No, it is.
68%.
It's actually 60%. In 2002, 60% of federal spendings went towards 60%. Damn, that was a good guess.
That goes to entitlement
Of our
programs.
federal budget?
No, of the revenue that comes in, 68%.
So the capita GDP.
Not GDP. You're confusing the two different things here. Actual tax revenue that we get.
Okay, so tax revenue.
68%
Okay, now
of
we're
it goes
specific.
towards entitlement programs. 68%. Thank you.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
Grace?
Yes, Grace.
Good to meet you.
Hi. I want to say that I think it's pretty comical that an elite such as yourself has the gall to tell us average Americans who's in poverty and who's not. A lot of
I
times,
was an average American.
You're
I
not
was a guy
anymore.
that was in poverty.
You're not anymore.
And you can also
you're
change.
very.
You can also change.
Anyways,
Do you believe
you're
you can
talking
change?
down. A lot of times that the market for poverty is actually very low. So a lot of times, like $2 a day is the line for how they measure poverty. That's,
$2.15, yeah.
and that's ridiculous. So if I make $5 a day, I'm not in
But that's
poverty.
because it's
I
around
can
the world,
actually
not
live.
in
I can pay
America.
the rent.
Sure.
But we're talking about this country, right? We're not talking about around the world. I've noticed that you like to do that. You like to skirt from America and talk about other
No, actually, I've
countries
been
to try
saying
and make it
multiple
look like
times,
we're better, but we're
America's
actually
the
getting
greatest
worse.
country in the world.
Anyways, it's the greatest country
The
ever.
hands down, it's not
We
even
are at the
close.
highest that
I
we've
agree.
ever been with homelessness since we started
Why
collecting
is
data.
that? Ask you about, are you from
Because
California?
we haven't had a
Are
pay
you
raise
from
since
California?
2009.
Do you live
Our
here?
minimum wage nationally is $7.25.
Okay.
And you wonder why we have the highest poverty rate. You think that capitalism's winning? Can you survive? Would you like to live off $7.25
I used
an
to
hour?
Damn, it says the U.S. has the highest poverty rate amongst the world's 26 most developed nations. Damn.
For $4.25 at Haagen-Dazs.
Right.
Then I
And that
went
was
and
a
worked
very different
at
time.
Burger King for $4.75.
And how much do you make
Then I
now?
went to, I make millions today. Then
Right,
I
and
worked
that's
at
why you
Bob's
like
Big Boy.
capitalism, because we're not
No,
all making
but
that.
the
And that's my
difference
point.
is- but
A
the
millionaire
difference
is
between-
critiquing
the-
people
the-
in
no, the
poverty and
difference-
saying
my
you should work
hope-
harder. You should work. You
My
can be
hope,
lean.
my
We can't
hope,
all be it.
my hope is that you believe you can change and improve. That you believe you can upgrade yourself. That's my
It's
belief.
very, you know what? That's what rich
But-
people like you want to keep telling
Yeah.
us.
But
You
yeah,
can
There's nothing wrong with his mindset. His mindset is 100% how you should think about life. I see nothing wrong with what he's saying at all. Like, but I also don't see where she's emotional about it, because I get the point. Like, she's upset because it seems as though capitalism has failed a lot of other people. Some people it worked for, but it seems as though it's failing a lot of other people.
be just
The
like
difference-
me. Do you want to
yeah.
be like me? You work hard enough
I'm not
to be
saying
like
that.
me.
I
It's
don't.
not
I
very
don't. It's
realistic.
actually you wouldn't be able to be like me because
You're
you wouldn't
talking
work that
down to
hard.
people like
Would
that.
you work that hard?
You don't,
Would
I'm
you?
not going to tell you. I have
Would-
to answer
would
that.
you- if you
I
don't
don't have
choose
to
to-
measure my I don't have to measure my work ethic to be worthy.
You don't have to. Then you can't be upset for others who do so. You
I
can't
can't
be upset.
for people who
No,
are struggling.
because they work
and that's
harder
what's wrong
than
with
you.
capitalism, because
But
you
go
think
back to the
that you have
homelessness.
to work so
Do
hard.
you live in the state of California?
I do.
Okay. You said homelessness.
Yes.
What do you think about your Governor Newsom? What do you think about him?
I don't like him. I'm a
Okay.
progressive. He doesn't do enough for the people.
Do you know when he was
he takes corporate money.
fantastic?
He takes money from people like
when
you.
he was,
he's not
I've
for the
never
people.
given him money. But do you know when he first
Oh,
became
that's
a
not a
governor?
surprise, but a
I
lot
would
of people
never
like
give
you
him
have.
money. But when he
Who hasn't
became a
given
governor
money?
first, when he became a governor first, from then till today, he's raised the amount of homelessness in this state by 36,000 people.
Now, this is what I don't like. Hold on, let me see. First of all, let me see. Gavin Newsom took office in 2019, where 151,000 people experienced homelessness. And Gavin in 2024, there were 187,000. So he raised maybe like maybe 20,000 more people. But I think like California was on a trajectory rate up anyway when it came to homelessness. So I don't think you can count that. But also, him doing this moment shows, oh, I play for the red team. It's like we get it. You know, we're tired of the red team, blue team talk. You know what I mean?
Okay, you know, I don't like the guy, but he's not at fault for homelessness. People like you are, billionaires like you are the
gave
problem.
him 24 billion. Taxpayers
I believe it.
gave
I
him
don't like that guy.
$24 billion, and he didn't do nothing with it. And
Vote
it
him
increased.
out. Vote him out.
You
He's
vote
just
him
like
out. You have him. It's not that.
As I'm saying, I'm
but
not
I
here
would
to
tell
defend
you.
you stuff.
You can
But
go.
you're not much different than him. That's all I'm saying. You're in the same class.
But you're sitting here blaming a person who's changed their lives for the better, and it's their fault. My dad was.
This is not the United
my
States
dad,
of Patrick Bet
do
David.
you know
this
where?
is the United States of America.
I know, and I'm
all
so
of our
grateful to
people.
be here. I'm
And you
so
say
grateful
that,
to
but
be
are you
here.
willing to pay more
I
taxes
am
so that
so
other people don't
grateful to
suffer?
be
Or are
here.
you willing to pay more
I
taxes
am
so other
so
people don't
grateful to
suffer?
be here.
I see you're skirting the question. You're not willing.
My dad was a cashier in Inglewood at a 99-cent store.
That's
we
great.
had nothing. No, I don't tell you that's great. We had nothing.
Well, I know
I'm
where
the
this is
guy that
going.
had I'm the guy that had a.
The propaganda that you
but
guys. But you can be like
but
me.
what you don't want to hear is
Under
that because it's the
capitalism,
truth.
we
Can I
cannot
ask you a
all be
question?
like you.
When's the last time you read a business book? When's the last time you read a self-help book?
I don't need to answer that. Oh,
When's the last time you read a
I
self-help
wrote
book?
a self-help book.
Tell me
I'm a
what-
writer. I'm a creative.
Tell me what
and I
self-help
also,
book you read.
I'm not.
Give
I
me
don't
one.
need to.
Give me one you read. Are you willing to take one recommendation?
No.
You're not.
Not for
Then
me.
I can't help you.
That's okay. I don't need your help. I didn't
Then-
come here for
then
your
great.
help. I
You've
came
been
here to debate
flagged out.
you. Good.
Awesome.
Well, that was a sad excuse of a debate, but he won that one in my opinion, definitely. Like he definitely won that one in my opinion, but that ending point was really sad. She was just really being a little bit emotional there, but you know, it is what it is. You know, people have their opinions about this stuff, man. People have strong opinions, and it is what it is. All right, y'all, I'm out. Peace.